Welcome back to Timberborn and our new diorama playthrough, also known as Beaver Brook 2. So we're trying to build this and this section and this all at the same time. This needs to go eventually, so whether I get some of this level put in, I'm not too sure. I'm still a bit dubious about have I got this right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not too sure. But that should be it should be the 5, shouldn't it? It's 4. I'm just stopping because I'll get myself confused, and we don't want that. Rotate that. We're not going to build that, obviously. So this is our bottom. So this should be this line here, this one here, because that's where this is. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, I'm just going to hold my head in shame. So we're going at 1, with 2, with 3. We can't get to 3, so we have to get to 4. And then we can obviously go over. That's basically what we do. It should rotate. I can't see why it wouldn't, but it's a bit tight, but that doesn't really matter. Tightness doesn't really matter. It's about doing it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and then a bottom. So that's 5 in total. So that's what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a total. 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th one. So it should technically work. Now we are going to experiment with this because, like I said, I'm going. This might or might not work. The slight issue is actually getting into here. I can. Well, I suppose I could get it from the top, but only so far, and then I'd have to build. So I might as well. I think I can construct this, but this is where the problem is going to start, because this is the center of the universe and everything, and that means that needs to have a center block going right the way through, and I think that'll be 3. So we'll put this in. I'd rather test some of the first bits. It'll only go so far. It's probably actually would go further, but it's probably this actually. But let's channel our inner thought here. I've got absolutely nothing of it left, which is a real pain. So that's. I'm trying to think, do I need all this running? No, don't need that running. And I don't need that running. Let's pause that. Let's pause that, and that. Don't think I need this smelter running as well. Now, obviously, they're in the dirty, stinky, awful mine, which is getting the scrap metal, which is obviously. But I've got so much scrap metal, so why don't I just pull them out? I'll keep making the treated planks, so I might as well. And then that, and then the advantage of that is obviously I've got some more Zabevas. I did sort of last time. Well, I suppose I've got to make the. Yeah, I've got to make this, haven't I? I did last time say that I was gonna get rid of all this, which was going to be easier than trying to fiddle with it. But whether I am now, I don't know. I've only got a few. I've only got a bit left. Eesh. And they can't get to there though, that's the problem. How the hell am I going to do that? I have no idea. I need to get to this to test it. That's the thing. And that's the only way that I'm going to do it. I'm sort of thinking about blowing this up just to get this going. Although saying that though, not really doing much with it. This is going to be a real pain from now on. I've got 700 planks of 2,000. And apparently I don't seem to want any of this lot. Now I've got the logs there, which is great. Obviously I've got this underneath as well, as we can see. Now I don't know whether I'm going to redesign this and move this thing somewhere else. We've got quite a few planks in there, so that's where they're getting the planks from. Water is definitely not a problem, so that's a good thing. It's room. It's the whole situation with this. It's room, and I haven't got the room to be able to do all the stuff that I want to do. And the problem is I haven't got yet. Oh, I can get in there. That'll allow me to do that door. And if I build another ladder this way, I should be able to get to this. Ay, ay, ay. Which then will allow me to do this thing that we've got to try and do. Because obviously once I can get on there, I can actually start to push it. Well, it might, in fact, it may. I don't think this will go under this dirt excavator at all. But if it does, that's so lucky. Because it wasn't designed that way. Hey, you know, it might actually do it. It might just travel under that dirt excavator. The only trouble is it won't here. Well, so far it will. Obviously, I have to bring out this, but this needs. I think I can get 5. Now this isn't 5. Well, it is 5 wide, so it might not work. But I'm only doing this for testing anyway. I want to see that I've built this right. So this needs to be. This is the bottom one. I still need a ridge. I'll need one ridge like this. To obviously keep the water in, because that would be a good idea. Otherwise, it's just gonna fall out. And that's a silly idea. There's a, you know, like one of the viewers saying, "Oh, there's absolute pigs. There's absolute loads that you've got to do." Yes, you are correct in that assumption. But that's Timberborn. That's how it works. And unfortunately, that's the way we've got to do it. So I did have, I mean, in the last play, I had 700 of these. 700 dirt, and I've got absolutely nothing. I just want to get this up to here to get done. That's a couple more done. And then I can obviously, and then we still got this extra. Now, this, like I said, this is supposed to be going on top of here. It's going to give me another one. Ay, ay, ay. And then I've got to take this, just this line down. I think. Because I've got 2 gap and I need 3 gap. This is a 3. It's like 1, 2, and 3. But that's only a 2 because this line here, this is the bottom. This is the bottom here. Wouldn't be here. But obviously, if I take that out now, all the water comes out, and that's a bit embarrassing. This is still going, but this isn't going. And the only way I think to do that would be to take out this. Wait, I can do it. Like so. And I think now I could get them. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. It's not ideal, but it'll work for now. Although they're actually coming through. No, they aren't. I was going to say they're coming through that way. And then we can put this back again. Well, we don't put it back again because it's going to be on the top, but same sort of design, though, I think. Here we come. But with this, I should be able to get 3 extra coming down. Which should technically be enough. Now, the problem being is this water is obviously flowing, as we can see down here. Which I probably should have done it one back, really. And, well, actually, I can do it one back. These can probably, well, I can sort of get them from here. But once I do this, that water will absolutely chuck itself out. And obviously we want it to flow over here, down in, like I said before, an S shape. I've not built this before, so this is the first time I've actually had a go at this idea. Which is, you know, how it works. I can, I think, get rid of that line there. Or at least delete it so it's underneath. No, just want that done. No. Or do I have to... yeah, because I'm... yeah, that's fine. Bad water. Up, no, that's terrible as well, bad water. How much is that going to get rid of? That's enough to do what I think what I want, because I'll be able to put this line in like so. We'll get that in. I could do it the other way actually. I don't think they're when I get this going, I should theoretically be able to pull this, do this here. Once this is done. I only want to get the stand on to make sure everything that the idea is working before I start going up and then realise at the top that, oops, I've made a mistake, and that's the end of my sanity. The problem being with that one is, as we can see, is this isn't built either. So I'm not too sure how much of that I can actually fill in. I should be able to fill that in. Probably be able to fill that in, and that. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to fill in. Apparently, I'm going to fill that in. That's definitely not what I wanted to fill in. That's come. So that's done. Most of that's done. Let's see what we've got under here. Now, if this is... Yeah, this can be done. Because they can get up from this edge. So if I just delete some of this. which now would allow me to do... I've got a couple of days left before we're going to have no... And then I'm going to have to do a bit of possibly redesigning, I think. It's all coming together, though. There's a song in that, but I can't remember what it was. That there. I could probably get... I see, that's the problem. I could get rid of the top one. And potentially build this one. Although I'm not too sure how much of they can actually reach with that one. We've got 32 left. That's actually been done now. I just need a few more on here. As we can see, yeah, I don't think it's going to allow that one to be done. Remember, that's that's the edge. 1, 2, 3. Edge 1, 2, 3. Which is this one here. Actually, that's... looking at that should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once I got a fishing lad. Sorry. I sort of got to build this backwards. The reason why is I really want to build it at the top to know where the snake is, but I don't actually know where the snake's going to be because I don't really know anything. So it's one of these. This is definitely going to have to go out. I don't really want... the furthest I want it is maybe this here. Just this line. Because obviously that's the line of the thing. Now whether... I don't think I can get... I don't think you're allowed to get the water under the mine unless you put a tunnel. I don't even think it'll work. I don't think it allows you to do that sort of thing. I don't know. We're going to find out though. How much of that have I got in? I'd like to get this one in, for sure. Does that mean then I can do that one? I think it does, you know. I think I could probably get this one in as well. Yeah. That one's done. That means that this, when this one's done, I should be able to get rid of this. Which now should, theoretically, allow me to do... no, I need to get rid of that one as well. That one. And Bob is your uncle. Well, it might be. But... So that's all. That bottom is about done. I think this one here I can get rid of as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we're on the ball to get this. Certainly, obviously, what I want to do is I want to do that. Well, I want to do that and that because we've only got like a day or so before this goes all peaked on. And obviously the water's still running. Thank God. It's not giving me, look at that. That's the problem, you see. I'm not getting a lot of, oh, did that build that? Yeah, it did. Damn. Didn't want to build that. Never mind. I can always blow it up. 20 left. I'd like to get this in. I'd like to get that in. I did say that I think I was going to go for the center. Now this was supposed to be the center, but is it the center? I have no idea. Although this is the edge. I desperately don't want to get rid of that. But I'm finding myself that Why? Oh, now they're coming back again, Governor. That is weird. That is so weird. Because it's like as if it's all going in the centre, which it probably actually is. And they're only doing it at 77%. Right. Let's just see if my calculation is correct. Because this one here should be the bottom. This should be the bottom. And then I can build this one and this one, and that's it. I can't build any higher than that. If I douche this up like a douchebag, I'm ridicule me away by all means. That, yeah, you see, I can't go further back, but I can't go further back because I think, yeah, it's got, well, it's not holding on to anything, is it? But I think I would be able to if I took them out. Now this is where it gets. You see, I can't do that. That's the edge. This is what I said before, is I can't get 3 in there. And the reason why I can't get, well, I wouldn't be able to, imagine this, I would be able to get 3. But the problem lies in how am I going to connect them with the power. So if I take this, just as a, I don't want to build it, and there, and there, I need to run this down. Well, imagine this is at the top. It needs to run down, as you can see, and it runs snake. It needs to run parallel right to the center so I can connect all the power together. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do it on the outside. On the outside. There's a joke in that as well that I can't think what it is. Like this. But you see, it's there, you see. Look. That's why I said I wanted 1 over. And I'm not done. And I've not done what I said I did. Damn. So this... to give it... If I want to connect it to that's the way I was going to do it. But the trouble is this is here. Damn. So what I need to do, I'm going to have to blast down there. And what I've got an idea. You see this. I know it's going to look stupid, but I'm not building it. No, pause. What I'm using it is using it because I'm going to take this out, because this is going to have to be out, isn't it? Like that there. That would be the other one. That one there. It won't build the bottom one, but it would build the top one. And then that would be this is the bottom, this is the 4, and that would be the top, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we got it in here. Well, we can see it here. This is the 4. Well, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 over the top. And then the 5th one would be the level again. I suppose you could put this as the level, really, couldn't you? But which I might have to do. It doesn't matter if it drops a little bit, because it should speed itself up. It's getting the first bit right. So now I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. I'll again do this. And the 5th one, because that's the 5th one, because the 5th one is the bottom of this. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the 5th one's the bottom. So I think I've got it right. But that's why I wanted to build it up from the bottom and not the top. Because if I do it wrong at the top, I'll have to destroy it all, and I'll look completely dumb, and I'll feel dumb. Which won't be the first time I've done it, and it certainly will not be the last time in Timberborn. Obviously, I've got to get rid of all this because I can't build. I suppose I could. Well, that's not entirely true. Yeah, let's not make it difficult because we've got tons of these, so we might as well just bash this up here and bash that out. I know it's a bit weird, but it'll have to do. And like this. So that means I'll come over by one, and I'll be able to. It doesn't really matter that I'm going to come over by one. You know, I'll have to take this out and change it for one of these eventually, but that's not too much problem. So let's start. Let's start again, and we'll be able to fill all this in. Unfortunately, it doesn't. You can't select all of them, and I don't think you can. Yeah, so as this... No! Yep, bloody thing. No, cancel. Oh. I forgot to press... I forgot that they can do the first one, couldn't I? Oh, well, stupid pig. You stupid piggy. Anyway, we've got 18, so let's see if we can fill this in. Oh, can I fill it in? No, I can't fill it in because it's not allowing me to. Just that way. Is that going to do it? Why didn't I know that one? Yeah. No, that has to go that way, doesn't it? So I go that way, then that'll allow that. Then I go this way, this way. Some of the filling of this is the bizarre, to say the least. Obviously, because I need this running for, so I need to get rid of this. This is what we're doing. We're bashing that down. And I'll put another one in these here, but I'll actually pause it this time. I paused these two. I didn't actually pause the one that actually made the made the difference of doing it. At least I've got halfway, as you can see, halfway. Obviously, I haven't got the top bit, which is the other half. I mean, it's like one of my viewers said. He said you've got absolutely loads to do. You have, and I have. It's not for the faint-hearted. This one, I'll guarantee it, because of the way it is. The way it is. But that's just there's not a lot you can actually do, and I'm going to fast forward this and see what we can, because it's going to have 5 days, and I'm going to have absolutely no power whatsoever now. Power is gone, but I'll be able to do this though. And I've run out of dirt, but we'll get this in for sure, and then we'll tackle We'll tackle something else, and I don't know where to put all this, but I think I'm going to take... no, I can't really take that down either. Don't forget, I don't want to... how many explosives have I got? I've got an absolute load of them. So basically, I need to go to there. Let's have a tunnel. See what we can achieve. But I'm going to have to be careful here because this is a good question. Is that the 5? I think it's 5, isn't it? 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't. Oh, hell. It won't allow me to. Oh, it's the tunnel there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here that I've just put in is a no-no. That's the one that has to stay. Otherwise, we're in deep doo-doo. And it just so happens to be, I think it's on there. I think I've got it right. Because otherwise, it's going to look stupid. Do you know, it's always really difficult to guess where these things are. I don't know whether they can reach it, you see. I don't think they can. Well, it's saying they can. But whether they can actually go in there, I don't think they can go in there. They can do it, but I don't think they can go in there. It's too far. It's too far. No, they can't go in there. But we can solve that problem. I've got to wait all this time before I can do anything else anyway. So let's build that. Which now they should be able to motor on over there. As long as I build this right, nothing will fall. If I've left that one, that means... Is that okay? I think that's okay, because it's 7 this way, 5 that way. That means that this one here, because that one, obviously that's in line with that, doesn't need to be blasted up as well. This does. This can all go. Ooh, that's satisfactory. Tunnels. Well, I might see what I mean. I've got to wait 3 days for that anyway. So I was going to blast it at the top, but it just makes no sense to blast it at the top. Now, the decent thing is, if I do douche it up, which wouldn't surprise me in the least, douching it up. And because I've got a tunnel, I can always fix it. I won't say the English person that used to say that, because he was not a nice person in the end. Some of my English viewers should know what I mean, who I mean. And his name started with J, so that's okay. In fact, obviously this needs to come down as well, but I don't want to take that until I've blasted. Well, it doesn't really matter actually, because I've got the entire... I only need 3 on here as well. That's a bit annoying. But we are getting there. I've also got to find a flipping place for that. This might be stupid, but it won't be the first time. I hate berries. Berries do my head in. How many berries have we got? Empty. I'm also going to build... This is the stupidest place ever, but it should theoretically work. I just got to laugh at that. This is the stupidest place ever. But, you know. I want it to be able to be used, because I want this out of the way. But I can't get that out of the way until all this is built. And we've got 2 days left to get some of this done. How are we doing? How are we doing, boys? How are we doing? They probably just blasted all... Yeah, they blasted all that out. Well done. Well done, them. Now, theoretically... no. No, absolutely not. Which one is the one that I want here then? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. This one I've got to keep. This is a keeper. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means I keep this one. Because what'll happen is, it'll just all go... This'll just all fall. Not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. That I don't need to do, that I don't need to do, that I don't need to do, and that's I don't need to do. Because obviously, it's already down. I've got 100 and something left, so I'm not too bothered. But at least I'm using the time slightly wisely, I suppose. I can blast that down to a 3, because why not? It's not being used in that. I'd said I was going to do all the lot, but I just decided that that's not what I was going to do. Six, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that can't be 7. 3, 3, 7. That one, yeah. Pigs can't count, which I don't know whether that's true in real life, but this pig can't count. So theoretically, this needs to come out. This needs to come now. This, yeah, all this needs to come out because look, you can see the line. This is the line right the way through. So this, and well, probably not that straight away. I could probably get around that actually now. Right, if I do, oh, here we go. Yeah, the water's come back. No. Yeah, okay. I can. Oh no. Why is that doing that? Oh. 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 3, 4, and 5. That's fine. Why is that doing that then? Two, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 1. Yeah, that's right. That would be gone anyway, because obviously that's true. That would be gone. Yeah, I've got to work out that. I assume. No, I haven't done a douchey. Well, at least I don't think I have. But we got most of this going. But we want this to be done first. So we get that in. And get them to do their thing and get this in. Got quite a bit there. Now, as I said before, it won't work, but now I can, now you see what I mean, now I can do this. Now, I think it won't work because of, I don't know reason why, but I'm sure there's some reason why that it's this. I know it's that being in the way, but that's 3. That's 3. It can hold 3. It can't hold the center bar in. And I think that's the reason why, because this would have to come down here, which means the excavator is in the way. The excavator. I don't think I need this. I don't think I need this one anymore. Which means I should be able to fill that in. Like so. And so. Bob Durand. Actually, no, it's usually called Fanny Durand, but I just decided it was Bob. Right. Is this being built? Yes, it has. I want the 10 in here, and I want, well, I can just say get away. Get away, get away. And we can, I'll blast it to here. So I'll only do that because obviously if I do all of it, then I can't get to it. That's if I'm, did I say I was going there? Yeah, this was a maximum, so it was probably slightly more than this, but we'll work that one out. Well, it's going to have to be a bit more than that, because otherwise that's going to be a hell of a short bit of power, isn't it? But you can see the idea is forming. I didn't say it was a good idea, but you can see the idea is forming. And the thing is now is, because that's the edge, all this needs to go. Yeah, all this, because this is the edge. So I've given myself just an extra thing to go if I want to add the power this way or want to add the power in the center. You could have, I mean, I could have obviously then, because I've done that and add that, I think I can have another one as in a 2, but the trouble is, like I said, how the hell do I run the power? Now, I suppose I could run the power over the front and connect it in this front down and do it that way instead of doing inside, if you like. Whether that's a good idea, I don't know. You know, I'm winging it, basically, is what we would call it in the UK. I'm winging the idea here. But I hope you know, I hope with, you know, if you do play the game, you say, oh, let's have that course then. I'll do what Pig's done. You know, there's, don't get me wrong, there's loads of other ways to do it. And you'll find your own, decide on your own way to come up with something. And if you do come up with a decent one, that's the thing, by all means, you know, hey, this is what I did, Pig. Have a look at this. Now, I think, if I remember rightly, you can also share save files as well. So you could share me, mind, share your save file. I don't think I need them, actually, to be honest, because I could go up there, can I, on its own. I'm obviously collecting a huge amount of dirt here. That's what I'm trying to do before I start tearing this thing down. Because this is obviously going to be built. Which we can do, like so. It's got to be built anyway. And then we've got to get this going. So there's definitely the only trouble that I'm gonna have is do I how many spawns is there then? Is that right down? Yes, it is. So it's only 2 on that. The only question is do we carry on and finish this off in the, you know, in the remaining time? If you think that we're on, what, I think we're on video 41 of this mammoth task, it'll be pretty disappointing that I don't finish it. So this one might have to go longer than 50 just because of the way that I've done it. Now, there is hundreds of ways, and I have seen other people do crazy. They've done ladders and done it, like, basically done ladders right as far as they can go, and then done some crazy steel, basically these things over the top, you know what I mean? The steel ones, and then, because you can put a steel one on top of a steel one on top of a steel one and do it that way. Yeah, it does, and it works. It looks absolutely weird as, you know, weird as can be, but it works. And which could have been the way that I did it, but you need a massive amount of steel, and I don't have a massive amount of steel. Yes, I could have, you know, done it that way, but I decided a slightly different way. And if I blast this, then, like I said, I can't do it this way. I'm sure there's a select all button to do that, but I'm sure if you know, tell me if I can select them all like this. So I could select like that one, and that one, and then just press like do it to all. But I don't think there is. You can. Right, that now can come down. This can come off. So we've got it down to the height that I want it. What I need to do now is basically get rid of all this. Put this... well, in fact, actually, I'm going to need to do that first. So we'll get that in. In fact, actually, what I could do, which is a bit different, is I'll wait to get rid of that one once that one's done. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. Why won't you do that? I know why you won't do that, because there's a path in the hole. It theoretically should do. It should go up and do that one and not do some weird block badly. That's 400. We are getting there. Let me do this. Now this can go. It's all about getting all the... I haven't even had a chance to go back to the other bit yet. Unless we get some bad water, and then that's going to come out. Then I'll take this out. I can get up there, so I think I can take this out as a line. This has got to come out, so I'll take this out. I think they can get around, and most of that could... It's this section here that I'm wanting. And that should theoretically work. I'm trying to get most of this pushed forward before I get rid of this. I don't want to get... Because obviously that's a third of me... That's a third of me... dirt that I can actually, take out. And that's why I don't really want to build any more of this, because for obvious reasons, it's going to take off my thing. It won't take too long to build that now, I don't think. This is all gone. I'm somehow I managed to disconnect. I'll solve that. I'll put that one in because that should be in, because that's that line. Right, now that's all back. Now I've got builders back again. I didn't even notice that. No wonder we were doing 400 and something, because I was only doing half of probably the quarter of the amount of builders that I was having. Oh, they can't get that one. Oh, that's a bit of a swizz. Oh, hell's fire. Well, I'm just going to have to put that one back to get that, and then I have to take that back up, because I could get that as a diagonal now, you see. That'll come in. It's a bit of a swizz, but nothing too major. Right. Oh, I pressed the wrong damn button. Right. Well, how much of this can I get rid of while I'm waiting for that to? Is it going to fail? No, it's not failing, so that's good. Ay, ay, ay. Berries. Berries. Get rid of the damn berries. This is the trouble. This is what I've said in this game is you want berries in the iron teeth, but when you get so far in the game of Timberborn on the folktales, you don't want them. And you can't select. You cannot select which food you want to be eaten first. If they'd eat the berries, then I don't need them anymore. They're just so flipping annoying. I mean, look, I've got a set of berries there, and it drives me nuts. There we go. We'll take this down. That's done. We'll take this down. That one. I only need a 1 here. But I can take that down, I think. Obviously, there's no point in me taking this down because I want to extend that. So, are we getting to the end? Yes, we are. I have to keep looking over to know how am I doing for the time, because otherwise I'll just because if you're new to this channel, for me, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played. I don't use that game. I don't use that word in lightly. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, some people just probably don't get the liking of it. That's their choice, you know. But I think it's flipping-tastic. I enjoyed it the first time I started playing, and I've just liked it ever since. But that's good. I don't think I need this anymore. In fact, I don't. I'll only get one more until I have to take out the this anyway. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the oh, there we go. It's getting compared to Timberborn, the Whisker one, and no, it's not the same as Timberborn. It's highly there's more micromanagement, and whether people like the micromanagement or not is questionable. You know, some people don't, some people do. And there's a lot to sort of remember in that. I've got 500. I could absolutely waz this easy, couldn't I? I'm not doing any of that at all. Well, I've done it now, but this now has got to be extended out, and then that's our next floor. Not this edge, if you remember rightly, just that floor. But what I'm going to do is probably do the under part of this, because this is what's going to, you know, this is almost opened up. That's what I say. We might get close by it, because obviously as you're doing it, you're wanting less. So, you know, I just want to get some of this in. Can get rid of that now. Don't need that anymore. Right, so that's not our thing. I've still got this problem here that I've got to solve. I think that's how far I'm going to go. I don't really know. I've got to get this thing out of the way. Unless I can find another place for it. Which I don't think so. Because this will be filled in eventually. This... Well, actually, technically, I could. I'd have to move these two out of the way. And I could hang it off. I could hang it actually off here. And I might be able to have 3 going again. Like this. You know, like something like this here, but have it really high up like that. Because I don't know whether the transfer the power. The trouble is I'd have to build it off this, because obviously I don't want to block that. And then I'd have to work out how the hell I'm going to get them in there. But I think that would work, and then I would have the 3 back. I need the 3. That's the trouble is, if I don't have the 3, it's going to be monumentally take ages to do. Right then, let's close out the show. So we get in this thing. Now you can see the idea. Obviously I paused the thing. So I hope you get that. I think we'll try I'm going to try our best to be able to move this in the next game in somewhere into here. Now, like I said, it's going to be a bit difficult because I don't think I've got the you know, the things for it. Now I can empty that, and I can put them on an empty, which is fine. But obviously that's full. That's full. We're not going to get too much in there. Oh, well, all right then. I'll just fit it all in there. Then. That's not a problem. You do that, boys. Go on, my son. Give it some welly. Unfortunately, that's not enough. But we'll. In fact, as a just a quickie, just a quickie. I'll just set this up. Why not? Oh yeah. Why not shove the stupid that stupid thing there? It doesn't matter because I think I can get past it. No, I want one of these. I want as long as I Yeah, I'll do it this way. And I'll do this, and then we'll finish, because otherwise I can't stop this game. And then, yeah. I've got rid of that almost, and not that one, but I'm going to have to do something with this, this here. I suppose I could, no, yeah, see what I mean? You see what I mean, where you just can't stop. What's the word? It reminds me of Pringles. Once you start, you can't flipping stop. Other crisps are available. Actually, they're not crisps. I don't know what they are. But anyway, we're getting there. I hope you enjoy that. We will see you in the next one, where we try to put a lot more of this together. And yeah, comments are always appreciated, and good, bad, or indifferent, as long as they're constructive. Nastiness is never needed on any video. I don't like that, because that's not fair. But anyway, we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.